Welcome back to your practice. I'm Jacq, and this is a practice for when you're sitting at your desk, whether you're in your office or you're working from home. Most of the stuff is not too weird. You could do it in the office even, I think, to give our bodies a break from this position that we're in a lot. So find yourself in a seat where you can put your feet on the floor. You'll notice that I'm just wearing jeans, so literally whenever you can do this practice, get it in. Let's take the palms to rest face down on the thighs. Give your shoulders a couple rolls back, up, back and down, and then a couple rolls the other way, up, forward and down. Start to breathe. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Or maybe let your eyeballs just kind of rest in one place. Let your shoulders get still. Take one big breath in through your nose. And with a sigh, let it empty out your mouth. Let yourself start to sit up really tall. So notice if you were leaning forward a little bit or even leaning back. See if you can find a through line from the end of your tailbone up through the spine, letting the crown of the head lift just a little bit, keeping the shoulders relaxed, balancing your skull right over the center of your pelvis. Let your breath be simple and unhurried. Rather than attempting to manipulate the breath too much, see if you can smooth it out. So it's not choppy or rigid. Letting smooth breath be what you're going for. And then open and close your mouth a couple times, stretching out the jaw. On an inhale, let's take the arms out. And then flip your thumbs to point behind you. Start to lift your chin, your eyeballs, and lift your chest. And as you do this, engage the belly muscles slightly toward the spine. So you're not letting the belly flop way out, but there's a little bit of integrity in the musculature of the abdomen. Keep pointing the thumbs behind you, and then imagine you could even point your thumbs down. Mine won't point down, but that's the direction. You might start to feel a stretch across the inner arms, armpit, chest. And then as you exhale, draw your chin in toward your throat. Flip your palms to face down, and then turn the thumbs to point down. And here you can actually let your shoulders round in. Think about cat pose. Let's move through these a couple times. So inhale, open the palms up. Point the thumbs behind you. As you lift the chest, a little engagement to the belly. That's going to help the low back stay safe. And then exhale, round your spine like cat pose, chin into throat. Turn and twirl the thumbs behind you at the back of the neck. Stretch two more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one, breathe in. And breathe it out. When you inhale, eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. You could take the backs of your hands to touch. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Or maybe you can bring the palms to touch. And then wiggle a little bit from side to side. Get a little sway going on. Breathing to the depth that feels like it drops you in, because really our breath is simply meant to be an anchor point. It does all of these things physiologically for the body, but for the mind or the mental body, it's an anchor point. Make some circles with your elbows. Look at the screen so you can see how I'm drawing these circles with the elbows. My torso is kind of moving along with it. And then let's take the circles in the other direction. So I want to feel a little stretch behind the heart. Letting the scapula move. And then let's get a little cat-cow going on here. So come back through center, lift the fingertips up and the elbows forward, look up. Breathe behind the heart and then exhale, belly to spine, elbows in toward the belly, chin to chest. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Can you keep your face relaxed, your jaw soft? And breathe out. Inhale, open your arms wide like you're going to give someone a hug. And then other side, eagle wrap left arm underneath your right. Finding the arm variation that feels breathable. Because if you're just muscling through it and you can't breathe, then you're missing the point. Sway side to side. Start to explore your range of movement here. You might let the spine get a little snaky, a little sway. And then let's take the elbows into drawing those circles. So this is just another way to explore the range of movement. I'm wicked tight in the shoulder blades, shoulders in general, but right behind the scapula. I've been feeding my little baby a lot. There's lots of hunching over happening on top of being on my computer, driving my car, and having a cell phone. Like many of us privileged people have and do. Did you move your elbows in the other direction now? Circles in the other direction if you haven't. And then let's take one more and we'll hit up some of those seated cat-cows. Come back to center. Come back to your breath. So you're moving with your breath if you lost it. Inhale, look up. You'll feel the sit bones tip a little behind you. And then exhale around it. Inhale, look up. And exhale around. And you'll feel the sit bones tip underneath you. Twice more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Open your arms wide. You can give someone a hug. And then bring your palms to face the thighs. Press them into the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Take a breath to pause. Feel your feet on the ground. Take a clearing breath, however that shows up for you. And then stretch one leg forward. Just give your foot a little twirl, rinsing out the ankle. You might hear some of those creaky crackies. It's good, it's just air releasing from the joints. Wiggle your toes. And we'll take a figure 4. So draw your right shin toward you, letting the ankle come somewhere on top of the left thigh or the left knee. And this is great. Stay. You can take one hand to the right ankle, one hand to the right knee, sit up tall. If you feel like you want a little more sensation, give some pressure onto the inner right thigh, right where the thigh meets the inner knee, so you're not pressing on the knee joint. You'll press down, but you'll also press slightly forward and away from you. Stay sitting up tall. Stack your shoulders above your hips. Take a breath in. And then breath out. If this is easy peasy, start to lean your chest forward. Remember, our practice is about self-inquiry and self-regulation. So you'll have to know what's challenging but not overwhelming for you. You can rest your elbows onto the leg, ankle, knee, somewhere like that. Like I've got going on. Let your head relax. You have even further to go. You could take your hands to the floor, or you could have blocks and take your hands to blocks. So a good example is like, I can touch the floor, but I can't breathe normally if I do it. So I'm going to level back up. Keeping a depth here, it's still deep, but I can breathe. 3 more breaths. If it's okay for you, let your breath filter in and out through the nose. It creates a gentle warming for the body. And a gentle sound for the mind. Last breath in, last breath out here. And then if you tipped forward at all, just roll yourself back up. Take your hands to your hips, or you could grab onto the sides of your chair. Stretch your right leg forward and just give a little shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Just releasing anything that needs to come on out. And put it down. Palms pressing on tops of thighs. One breath in. Clearing breath out. Stretch your left leg forward. Give your foot a twirly whirl. Rinse out the ankle. Move the toes too, so you feel like this kind of movement, like I'm doing with my hands, but you feel it in your toes. Get all the little joints moving. And then we'll take it into figure 4. Finding depth here. Bringing your left ankle on top of your right thigh, or just above the knee. Left hand can rest on inner left knee, right hand on inner left ankle. Give a little pressure. Even just resting the hands does give a little bit of weight, so that might be cool for you. And then if you have further to go, start to press gently into the inner left thigh. You're pressing down and forward. So down and slightly away from you. And this might be it. Or you might start to tip the chest forward. Notice I'm not rounding. Not rounding until I find my stopping point. So keep your back long, your spine long. You could take the elbows to shift so that weight coming onto the elbows supports the torso a little bit more. And if this is where you're staying, do let your head relax. Ungrip your jaw. And let yourself be here. Two more breaths. And then you'll slowly roll yourself back upright. Hands to hips, or grab the underside of the chair if that feels like a natural grip height. That feels like a natural, can't think of the word. Your arm length works to grip the underneath of your chair. That's what I'm trying to say. Shake it out. Shake it, 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 shake it. Put your left foot on the ground. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Thank yourself for taking time for the practice. Every moment we show up intentionally impacts our life. It doesn't have to be an hour-long thing each time. Let's take a closing breath together in through the nose, and then we'll sigh out the mouth with a little ha sound. So breathe in. You could bring your thumb knuckles to touch the space between your forehead, this place of internal, infinite wisdom. Let your mind bow into your heart. Say thank you to you. You can open your eyes. I thank you, of course. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what other videos you want to see in the comments below. And you can always head to my website to find out what's happening for virtual stuff, in-person stuff, retreats, trainings, classes. I'll see you soon. Thanks.